guys, welcome back in to the second episode of the Oath to Growth YouTube channel. I, first of all, want to thank you so much for all the beautiful feedback that we got from the first episode. I truly feel like I'm just like in alignment with my mission and my purpose by doing this, and I'm just so freaking grateful to have you guys here on this journey. So for this episode, just a disclaimer that this is not going to be the part 2, as you can tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video. This is not going to be the part 2 of my story. I wanted to do a quick little like 10-minute, 15-minute, I don't know how long this is going to be, video on how to transmute your emotions and how to really alchemize your emotions when you wake up feeling uneasy, when you wake up feeling anxious, and you still want to have like a good, powerful freaking day. So you want to do something in that time to transmute that energy into power and return back into your higher state of being. So this happened to me this morning, which is why I'm filming this video, because I was like, you know what? This is it. This is the point of this channel. I'm going to be literally creating content as I am going through this process and inspiring people on how it is they can lean into their journey in a more conscious and powerful way. So this morning I woke up, I set my alarm for like 5:40. It's a Friday. I didn't go to Pilates this week. So I was like, you know what? I'll do a little workout this morning at my house. So I woke up at 5:40 and I was feeling anxious. I was feeling like the tightness in my chest, and I'm doing a lot of like scary things these days. So as you begin to step into a higher frequency and into a higher timeline, it is normal that your body is going to start to think it is being chased by a lion, and you're going into the unknown. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. So I really have been experiencing this where sometimes I wake up and I'm fine. I'm like tapped into that energy already. And then other days I notice that there is like an anxiety and a tightness in my chest. And it's also trying to get rid of this energy that is no longer in energetic alignment with this vibration that I'm stepping into. So I wanted to make a video because in the past, when I was on this journey of like manifesting and shifting into higher frequencies, I would bring myself into these like shame spirals of like, oh no, why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't be feeling this way. Maybe I didn't meditate enough. I just need to go do this more. I'm not doing enough. Shame, 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 shame. And it was like this whole freaking spiral that I would send myself down, and it would send me into like weeks of feeling out of alignment or like months of feeling out of alignment. When now I have so much awareness around this transmutation process when it comes to energy in alignment with like embodying a higher frequency. Let me reword that. I have so much knowledge and awareness around emotions and the power that they hold and the wisdom that they hold and why it is we begin to feel the polarities of anxious and fear versus being tapped into that power even more when we are tapping into this higher state of being. It is a part of the process. So understanding all of this has changed the game in my life. So now when I wake up feeling anxious or uneasy, I have a process. I can pick it up. I notice in my chest there's like a tightness. I notice my thoughts are racing more. I notice that I'm feeling a little bit more on edge, and I'm like, okay, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. We got this. And I kind of like get excited about transmuting the energy because I don't see it as this bad thing anymore. In the past, it was like, oh no, I'm not in a high vibration anymore. But now it's like, ooh, okay, I am on this journey of stepping into this higher state of being, embodying my highest freaking self. That means that as I step into that energy, step into that vibration, there are going to be emotions and energies within me that are wanting to be released. And this is a part of the process because think about it. When you are shedding that energy and it's coming to the surface and you're bringing light to it, that is how you begin to stabilize yourself into that higher frequency. So it's about practicing. What's that noise? Oh my God. I forgot. We have our cleaner here, and she is cleaning and vacuuming outside, and I forgot that she is here, and I was like, oh my God, is my camera blowing up? What was I even saying? Okay, so when you're on this process, I hope you guys can't hear that. Maybe I'll try and edit it out. Turn down the gain. Okay, is that better? Where was I? Okay, so when you are on this journey of like embodying that new state of being, you're doing new things in your life, you're stepping into that new emotional state and you're practicing tuning into that. When you are doing that process, there is energy within you that is not a vibrational match to that frequency. So your body and your soul is giving you the opportunity to release it and to shed it, whether it be an emotion, a belief. It is literally an opportunity for you to bring something from the shadows into the light. oh, it like gives me chills thinking about this. Like now that I have this awareness, when I feel anxious and uneasy, I'm like, let's fucking go, baby. It's time to transmute something. So this morning I woke up feeling a little bit on edge, a little bit anxious, and I want to share with you guys the process that I leaned into that brought me to this place right now, being able to sit in front of the camera and be chilling and feeling good and like literally feeling high on life again. So what I did was I woke up, I noticed it. That's the first step. You notice it. You notice when the energy is there. You notice the tightness in your chest. You notice your thoughts are racing. You notice that there's like a little bit of like stickiness within you. And side note, when you're like on this journey of practicing tuning into those higher frequencies, you're going to see the contrast immediately. And the first step in this is to notice it. The second step is to have acceptance and love for it. I want you to imagine that there's a little tiny version of you within your being that is expressing and feeling these emotions. And when you can have that perspective, you can almost think like, how would I treat a little kid that was feeling anxious or feeling scared? What would I do for them? Would I shove them in the closet and say, shut up, go do your work? No, of course not. We would have acceptance for what they're experiencing. We would have love for what they're experiencing. So the second step is pure acceptance. And there's a paradox here that exists with this second step of acceptance. We are in the process of transmuting emotions. So our logical mind is like, yeah, that's us getting rid of our emotions. Why am I going to accept them? This is where we have to be big enough beings to be with the paradox that acceptance for feeling a certain way is what allows us to actually shift it. And I'm not saying acceptance of like, okay, yeah, I accept it. Let me get it out of my system now and let's move it. I'm meaning like you sit down and you literally hold yourself with so much love and you feel into those energies as if you were holding a child. And this part of acceptance and being with it can look different for everyone. For me personally, and I'll start showing some clips of me this morning of what I was doing, I went to the kitchen, I made some tea, and I had a little play date with this emotion, with this energy. Sometimes I'll go literally like throw a bikini on and lay outside in the sun and just freaking be with it and hang out with it. Sometimes I'll go on a walk with it. And this morning, it was early, it was freaking 5:40 a.m. And I was like, I'm going to go sit on the couch and hang out with it. I'm going to have tea with it. And we're going to just chat. We're going to have chill time and hang out together. So I made some tea. I went over to the couch. I sat down. And I just chilled tea and I just like took some deep breaths into my body and like felt it. And then I just like drank my tea and just started to like set the intention of connecting with the emotion. Like, I'm here, chat. I want to hang out with you. I want to see you. I want to love you. I want to give you what it is you're needing right now. So as I did that, then it started to like become apparent that the energy was there. And from that place of acceptance, something that I really, really like to do is a really gentle breath work just to kind of like start stabilizing my body and letting it know that we are safe, we are present, we're not being chased by a lion. So I like to lean into Open is my favorite app for breathwork and also meditation. I'm actually an ambassador now, and you can use my code for a 30-day free trial. I'll like put it right here on the screen. But my favorite thing to do is when I'm feeling dysregulated is I'll hop into Open and I'll do like a little 5-minute breath work where you are showing your body physically that you are safe by using your breath to regulate your nervous system. And it is incredible. So I did a little 5-minute breath work through Open, and then I just sat with myself and did like a little silent meditation and just like really accepting and being with that energy. And then I move into a communication phase with it. So I sit there and I close my eyes and I put my hand over my heart and I just like begin to feel it where it is in the body. I begin to communicate with it like, ooh, where are you most active? And this process can take 10 minutes. It can take 30 seconds, whatever it is that you're feeling into. And then when I feel like there's a communication line open, you can either chat with it just through thought or you can grab your journal. Now, in this communication phase, this is where you want to begin to give it space to feel seen and give it space to be heard. And a lot of times we resist this because we think, oh, letting my emotions speak is me claiming what they're saying. So let's say, for example, you're feeling fear to like start your business Instagram account. Then all of a sudden you're sitting down with that emotion. You're like, no, I can't say that out loud because like I don't want to claim that I'm feeling fear. But this is you giving space to the child within. So again, we don't want to hush it and throw it in the corner. We want to give it space to be seen and to be heard. So realize and recognize that that's not you claiming it. It's actually bringing something from the shadows into the light, which is a really, really powerful process. So for me personally, I'm going through a little bit of a triggering week, a triggering moment that I'm working through of getting shadow banned on TikTok. I said the D word that ends with a G and has an R and a U in the middle because I was using an analogy of when you start doing this practice, you start to feel like you're on that word. And yeah, TikTok didn't like that. So now all my content isn't being shared with my audience. And it's breaking my heart because I felt so freaking connected to my audience. And we were like vibing out on topics. And I just love the community on there. And if you're someone who is from the TikTok community, let's go, baby. Like, you've been on this journey with me. I freaking love you. I see you. And thank you for doing this work. So yeah, I've been dealing with like a little bit of fear and resistance to kind of like go into that emotion of like, oh shit, this is really triggering me. I get a lot of my clients from TikTok. I create a lot of connections with my business from TikTok. And this morning I felt again like the fear and the anxiety come up around this topic. And I'm also in the works of like creating my first product and like putting it together. And I just want to be able to communicate with my audience in a way where they can see these beautiful solutions that I'm creating for literally the community. So now I'm on this journey of like dealing with this trigger and dealing with this emotion. So back to me grabbing my journal, when it came time to communicate with this emotion, it was all these fear-based thoughts. And I was like, whoa, okay, like this is important. I want to see and feel this emotion and give it the presence that it needs. And I wrote down everything that my ego was saying, everything that little me inside was scared of. And then I get to step in as the loving awareness. This is the next part of it, is like sharing with it what it's needing in that moment, giving yourself or that little you exactly what it is needing. What is the resource that it's lacking? Is it lacking safety? Is it lacking encouragement? Is it lacking confidence? Is it lacking a knowing that you are so freaking held and that every single thing is happening for you and your highest evolution? And then I went into a little bit of that. I started to just like feel into the emotion and share with it everything that I knew from being in this higher state of awareness and being more tapped into this loving awareness and this higher state of consciousness, and sharing with it that, look, every single thing happens for a reason, and every single challenge is here to help you grow and expand into an even more authentic and real and connected to your vision and connected to your mission state of being. And every single challenge is literally there to push you into higher states of being. It's there to allow you to shed the emotions and the triggers and the beliefs. So I'm using this as a beautiful curriculum for me to dive into any thoughts, fears, or doubts that I personally have towards my business. And it was such a beautiful container for me to explore that, because without getting shadow banned, I probably wouldn't have dove into this work of recognizing that there's a part of me that is fearing that people won't see my product or that people won't connect with it. So it's like all of these things that are coming up, and I'm like, wait. This is actually an opportunity for me to connect back in with my mission and my why. And that's when things took a turn. I started sharing with that part of myself that was feeling the fear, like, oh, no. Like, think about the first YouTube video. Think about all the people that reached out to you and how connected you felt to your mission and how you really are making an impact. And it's really more about that and the people that are feeling that connection and feeling that shift in perspective than it is about the thousands of views on TikTok or whatever it is that those vanity metrics are there to like inject us with, like false sense of confidence or whatnot. And I literally wrote down in my journal, like, vanity metrics are not an avenue of like supporting your confidence and who you are and the mission that you have here. So it was really such a beautiful opportunity for me to connect back to my mission and my why of why I'm even doing this. Like, it's not for the freaking TikTok followers. It's not for the amount of likes that you get on a video. It is for the impact that I want to have on this community and on you and on your abilities to shift into the most soul aligned timeline. So in that next phase of like really sharing with that part of myself what it needed to hear how held it was by the universe. It needed to be reminded of how everything happens for a reason. And then also there was another aspect of like reminding that part of me, the mission and the why as to why I'm even doing this and how it's not really even about that, which the ego will come in and try and make it about that and the vanity metrics, when in reality, it's really not. It's about you watching this video and feeling the impact that you feel in this very moment. So after that, I was like, okay, I feel like there's still like physical remnants of this energy within me. So something I like to do is just like throw on some good music and I just freaking jump around like a jumping bean. I do this so often. I'll put my headphones on, I'll throw some good freaking music on that just like empowers me, or I'll listen to like deep house, like tribal music that like gets me into my body, and I will dance, and then I'll also shake. It really is just me hanging out with that energy and like shifting it in the body. And something I love to do in this part is just like freaking jumping around, like literally jumping around like a jumping bean. I do this so often, and it really, really helps shake out that energy. So then after that, I sat back on the couch and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm freaking ready. I got the higher perspective here. I shook out the energy and I'm feeling tapped back into my power. And now from this place, you get to choose and tune in to the vibration that you wish to feel. So I was like, okay, what energy do I want to feel? Who do I want to show up as today? What vibration do I want to pick the channel of and tune into? And this is where I love bringing in Joe Dispenza's meditations, and I'll post my favorite one here. It's a 15-minute Joe Dispenza meditation that's allowing you to tune into the vision that you have, the state of being, the energy. And I did that, and why it's so freaking powerful is because you are practicing tuning into that emotional state, which is freaking next level. Our bodies are chemically addicted to certain emotions. So we have to train our body how to feel in that higher state of being. What does it feel like to be in that timeline? How can we tune into the vibrations of love and gratitude and joy in the now and train our body how to feel that way? So I did a 15-minute Joe Dispenza meditation, and it freaking brought me back home, baby. I was tapping into my vision. I was feeling the emotions. I was feeling incredible. And because I didn't go to Pilates this morning, I was like, let me get on the Peloton bike. Let me freaking get on the Peloton bike. I'm going to shake out this energy even more. I decided I would do my favorite ride by Jess King, which is the Rufus to Soul ride. So I'll cut into some clips of me doing that now. I think I love taking Jess King's classes so much, because she's really tapped in, and you can tell she just becomes this channel, and she uses the ride as like a super healing experience. Like right now she's talking about bringing light and love into your shadows, and this ride just like brings me to tears every time, and you just get off the bike feeling incredible. Okay, let's get back into it. There is such a powerful part of this ride. I'm still in it, but I'm on a recovery, where she has to put your hands up, and it's right after a really hard sprint, and you can just feel your heart racing, and your body is saying, we're gonna die, panic. And this relates to the feeling of doing something scary in life. And in that moment, she has you raise your hands, and you open up your heart, and you realize that there's such a power in presence and observation and connecting to your heart space that allows you to have that bodily sensation of panic and stress, but you can still connect to your power. You can still execute, and you're able to be present with it and open love up to it, and all of a sudden, the body starts to relax. All of a sudden, your body starts to come down, and it's incredible. And just like that, we done. Time for shower. I am feeling amazing. It's really crazy what moving your body does. It's freaking magic. Damn, getting back on that bike just reminded me why I love it so much. Like, you are able to be present with any energy that's there, any emotion, and you just get to be with it while moving through it. It is such a powerful way to transmute and alchemize your emotions. And I think that's why having like a daily movement practice, whether it be just like a gentle stretching in the morning or doing some sort of yoga or just like any sort of workout in the morning, it freaking clears you out and sets the tone for the day in a way that is just so impactful and has a ripple effect on the rest of your life. So I'm gonna get in the shower, and then it will probably cut to a video of me already showered to finish off this video. Crazy what a little dry shampoo and this magic wand can do. I'm getting ready now. I don't have any client calls on Fridays, but today I actually am recording another episode with Bella. We normally don't record on Fridays, but because my family is coming next week, we are doubling up this week. And I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I love getting ready in the morning because it really does help me embody that energy, that state of being that I'm tapping into every single day. And I find that like the physical aspect of like taking care of yourself, dressing yourself, getting ready, like freaking doing your hair, it's all a part of the embodiment process of showing up as that version of you. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go record the first half of this video. I'm gonna sit on that couch and mic it up. All right, bye. So the way that I want to summarize this video is just by giving you like even more insight into how freaking powerful our emotions are. They carry so much freaking wisdom because they were stored in the body during a time when we chose to perceive ourselves or the world in a very specific way. So when you are having an emotion rise to the surface or anxiety rise to the surface, that is your soul giving you the opportunity to not only release the energy, but to have a higher perspective on something. You have outgrown the perspective that kept you safe up until this point, and now that you are on this path of embodiment and stepping into that higher timeline, your soul is like, hey, this perspective is no longer serving you. We see you doing the work out there. We see you shifting into that higher frequency. We're going to bring this up to the surface for you. We're going to make it so apparent in your life by maybe bringing in some experiences that highlight it. Maybe your mind's going to start racing. We're going to do this for you so that you can bring light and awareness to it, so we can take it out of the shadows where it's controlling us subconsciously and bring it into the conscious mind where we are aware of it and bringing love and light into it. So every single time you are feeling an emotion, spend time with it. Be with it. Realize that this is a part of the human experience, and it is a magical part of the human experience. There are literally ETs out there looking down at Earth being like, damn, they're so lucky that they got to experience the polarities of life and the ups and downs. It is a gift that we have to be able to feel and sense and feel all these emotional responses. So lean in. It is so freaking tempting to resist it or to identify with it and get lost in it, but your emotions are here to guide you home to a higher state of being. Trust me when I say they carry so much freaking wisdom, and if you can lean in with love, acceptance, that open communication, and the openness to shift the perspective of the part of you that is holding the outdated perspective, there is so much magic that unravels from that place. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I'm looking at the time now. This was 27 minutes long. Hopefully when I edit it down, it's going to be shorter, but expect the part 2 of my story to be in the next episode. I'm going to be recording that this weekend and editing it and getting it up as soon as possible. So thank you guys for tuning in. I love you so much. Thank you for doing this work. We're on this journey together. You're freaking doing it. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.